everyone, I'm Ria Bahabol. For this week for discussion video, I'm going to talk about Psalm 139 verse 21. The question is, how would reading this verse isolated from its literary context affect how it could be misunderstood? What greater meaning and understanding can be found when reading verse 21 within its larger context in the whole chapter of Psalm 139? In Psalm 139 verse 21, it says, Do I not hate those who hate you, Lord, and abhor those who are in rebellion against you? In verse 21, it's explained header in detail. It reveals that the author is willing to hate and oppose those who hate God. If we read only from this verse without reading the verses before or after it, we might interpret it as hate speech directed at those who hate God. This verse could be used to justify hate speech. However, if we read from the beginning of this chapter, it tells us how God truly knows us. The author of these chapters explained that God truly knew him even before he was born into this world, and he speaks of God's goodness within him. We can see in verses 19 through 24 that the author of this chapter emphasizes that he is willing to do anything for God because God has already helped him and is close to him. The author even asked God to examine and test his heart so that he may see the faithfulness within him. These verses as a whole explain that God loves us so deeply and knows us so well. Therefore, we must draw near to him and be faithful to him, as verses 23 and 24 say. So, for this reason, I think it's important for us to read the Bible verses from the beginning to the end to avoid the misunderstandings. And often we take just one verse from a chapter to justify our actions, even though what we're justifying doesn't align with what the particular chapter is actually teaching. So, yeah, I think that's all for me. Thank you.